Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody who has both. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video, and there's some socially things scrolling past on the screen where you can follow me and share things too. So this is a second attempt at this video. If you saw the first attempt, I'm very sorry, that was a bit rubbish. I figured I'd do it again. It didn't sit right, so here we are. I want to talk about this phenomenon of splitting on people and ditching them before they ditch us. There are a few facets to this, and it's something that people with BPD agonize with very, very regularly. And if you're friends with somebody who has BPD, you will have seen the results of this more often than not. The time it always comes up for me is on Facebook when you get that friend anniversary with somebody, and it goes, "Hey, Rich, you've known this person for 5 years. Isn't that great?" And you're thinking, no, I've known that person for 15 years. And what you're actually reminding me of is that time when I lost my shit and unfriended everybody because I thought they hated me. And that is the crux of the problem. Do I ditch them before they ditch me? Because they're gonna ditch me, right? There are so many places this comes from. You've got your fear of abandonment, you've got your emotional instability, you've got your catastrophizing, you've got reading into everything that people say or do, even the slightest little thing, and blowing it up in your own mind. So it's so easy to reach a point where you've decided that everybody hates you. It makes sense. It reinforces our negative thinking about ourselves. And it puts us in this almost fight or flight state of mind. Do I fight and ditch them, or what? The fight is never to keep them. What can I do? Why have I made them upset, or whatever, if that's what we think? It's always just, do I ditch them or wait for them to ditch me? These things never take on a positive twist at all. It's never how it goes. I've done it myself so many times. Just so many times, when you're convinced that it takes such a little thing for it to happen. A missed phone call, a misread sentence. The prevalence of social media and text-based communication makes it so difficult to navigate things sometimes, because there are so many things lost by not having that audio communication and by not having body language and that sort of thing in front of you. There are so many things to be read into. That missing full stop, that accidental collection of capital letters, so many things that make just even being on social media a problem. I try to read it as little as possible. Nothing good ever comes of it. Just this stress and the occasional reminder of that time I fell out with somebody 5 years ago. And that's just talking about it from a BPD perspective alone. Because I also go through the MPD perspective. And having both there, this is one of those times where they amplify each other and make things far worse than they were ever going to be alone. Because you've got the downward dip of BPD that says they all hate you, right? This is the paranoia, the catastrophizing, the thinking the worst of people, that kind of thing. And then along comes the MPD, which is this opposite wave, but it doubles it in amplitude, because this one is saying, What the fuck do you need those people for? Why are you even stressed with what those people think of you or what? You don't need them. You're so much better than them. Just ditch them. Why haven't you ditched them? Why is this even an argument you're having? And so when I go off, when I decide, when the BPD drags me down and tells me that everybody hates me, then the MPD comes along and goes, it doesn't matter. Screw these people. And unfriend. I'm done with it. I don't need anybody. I'm finally making that break where I have absolutely no friends and starting my life again. And it's immediately terrifying. It's one of those things that washes, it just hits you like a tidal wave immediately of, oh my God, what have I done? I can't have no friends. I don't hate everybody. Everybody doesn't hate me. What the hell have I done? And then that walk of shame, that, sorry, I don't hate you, just the refriending. Sorry, I said that. I didn't mean it. All that stuff. And we just bring it on. The debate of ditching them before they ditch me, it's not really a debate. No one's having that argument, really. It's only us. It's internal to us. No one else is really thinking that. So it's internal to us. And really, the fact that we're having this thought at all means we've decided. We've already hit the point where we've decided all these things that these people are doing to us. We're so set in the evidence that we've got, knowing firmly we've seen this behavior and this behavior, they did this. Clearly, they hate us. And we don't. It's difficult to see that you're wrong when you truly believe you've got evidence. It's so difficult to break through that and figure out what's real and what isn't when it all feels so damn real. I always liken it to checking the spelling of words you think you know how to spell. Why would you double check the spelling of every single word as you write it? There might be some words you know you can't spell and you need to check, but you have to operate on the fact that there's a base level of words you know how to spell, and they don't all individually need double checking every time you write. And doing that with your emotions is exhausting. Most of them are real. Most of them are based in reality, in actual evidence, in actual experience. So you don't want to check them. But then we do have these specific areas where a lot of the time the emotions aren't based on actual, real evidence. They're based on our exaggerations and our catastrophizings. That's not a word. But you know what I mean. I threw myself off with that. I don't know what catastrophizings. So if we know that we do this within a particular area, it becomes easier to focus on that and say, right, I'm not going to double check all my emotions. That's exhausting. Let's leave things where they are. And there's certain emotions I don't want to double check. If I'm happy, just go with it. But when I'm getting angry and frustrated with people, when I'm getting paranoid about what they think about me and that they're going to eventually leave me anyway, that is something. That is an area where I'm very often wrong. In fact, I've never been right. And so I have to accept that those emotions are the words I don't know how to spell. Why can't I learn how to spell definitely? I'm 41 years old. I've been to university and I never got... Anyway, it's such a simple word. How many times do you say or use definitely? For God's sake, and I swear I'd let... The point is, know that you do this. I've learned that I do this. And learn that when we do this, that evidence, no matter how real and solid it seems, probably isn't. And follow the best bit of advice I could possibly give you about all of this. I made a video about just this piece of advice. Do nothing. Do nothing. Don't unfriend people. Don't write a big tirade about how each individual person has ruined your life or harmed you in some way and all of this. Do nothing. If that's a good idea, if that's the right thing to do, it will still be a good idea tomorrow. And then maybe do it if that's what you've decided. But right now, as you feel like you feel, do nothing. Sit and watch telly, play a game, get stoned, doesn't matter. Just put the phone down. But while I can tell you to do that, I have to also acknowledge that it's not that simple, is it? You don't just do it. But at the same time, what else are you going to do? It takes attempts to finally manage it. It took me several attempts. It took that years of blowing up at people, followed by, oh God, I blow up at people. Then a couple of more explosions, followed by the guilt of why didn't I stop myself? I know I could have stopped myself. I know I do this and I didn't do it this time. And then it happens, and eventually you get it when you're feeling that paranoia and you're like, right, this is happening again. I'm starting to think everybody hates me. I'm going to put the phone down. It's time to watch that movie I've been meaning to watch. I'm just going to chill out and get a pizza. Also eat something. If you're ever there, honestly, a little sideline. If you're ever feeling on edge, stressed, worried, all the negative parts that come with BPD, eat something. Full people aren't upset. Honestly, it's just a thing. And it'll take you several attempts to get to that place of grabbing it back. But you can do it. This is fixable. This is totally fixable. Okay? I feel much better with that one. I think I covered that a bit better. I'm sorry if you saw this morning's video. Never mind. Thank you for coming back if you did. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.